Hi, I'm Leah. I'm 25. I live in Dallas, Texas, and this is Financial Audit. So, emergency room was like, okay, cool. We can't do anything for you right now. Go see a doctor. We tried to get in to see a doctor, and then at the very end of July, he ended up in ICU Does he
have health insurance?
No.
Why?
Because his previous job didn't offer health insurance.
Doesn't matter. If he got laid off or something, did he quit?
He's quit to move down here.
He probably could have got on the healthcare exchange. It's like $0 a month.
It's not something I have any knowledge about.
It wasn't worth Googling? How do I get health insurance? I have none. Help me. I die?
I think I thought of it more as...
Well, him.
Well,
like it says it's not your responsibility.
No. That was kind of my thought process was it's not my responsibility. I let him handle...
Well, so how's he doing today?
He's doing better. So he ended up in the hospital for the entirety of July, basically. And currently we're still waiting on results. So right now he's in the process of applying for Social Security and disability.
How'd you meet him?
Online.
Through what?
Just a website.
What?
I'd prefer not to answer.
Oh, come on.
No.
Fine, you don't have to, but very curious. So like sugar daddy, sugar baby site? Okay. Just because, the gap's a bit big. Again, like I don't give a f. You live your life, but it's an interesting thing that it wouldn't draw as many red flags if you guys met and you just started dating and it went about there, but met online on a website, dude quit his job, moved down here, hasn't contributed in any way whatsoever, immediately has health concerns. So it's like...
I know, it sounds...
Are you into old dead men because you see them at work every day?
No, the joke has been made many a time.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, it was all happenstance.
Is that not red flags to you? The fact that he's not willing to do anything? What was his job?
He was working at a restaurant.
And he was burnt out from a restaurant? It's not like that. Food service is a pain in the... I get it. But it's less that mental strain still. It's more physical beat down.
And...
there is a lot of mental strain that comes with it, especially in certain positions. So don't get me wrong.
A lot of it was that plus the struggle of everything.
What was the struggle of everything? Lots of vague things being thrown around.
He has had a lot of adversity that he's had to deal with.
Again, lots of very vague things.
But so when he moved to Indiana, he moved from Alaska. When he moved from Alaska, he didn't have a car. And that was fine for a while. And then COVID hit, his license expired. And
first of all, who moves to Indiana if they're moving somewhere?
A friend had a place that he was that was willing to host him.
No, I just like to Indiana because I lived an hour from there.
That's okay. His friends still live in Indiana, and we definitely still talk a lot of about Indiana.
As you should.
But he was fine, doing fine without a car, but just what he was making, what he was being offered, hours at work, and his expenses.
But why couldn't he work down here even part-time? This is...
right now,
I'm just thinking about you, and when I see someone with red flags surrounding them potentially leeching, it's just like, we can't get there conclusively, but it does make me a bit nervous for you, and I don't want you to be in a position that's...
And if it weren't for the fact that the only thing that's stopping him from looking for work right now is the medical stuff and the fact that he's currently in the application process for Social Security and disability.
Because of the medical stuff?
Because of the medical stuff.
Is he able to move right now?
Kind of.
Kind of, okay.
So he's very short of breath still.
Okay.
I mean... he's still healing from having 3 giant tubes coming out of his chest.
No, sure. That makes sense. I mean, but again, he came down here. It didn't work. I'd get it if something medical this happened and then he can't work. That's different.
And it wasn't when he got down here. It wasn't that he couldn't work. We had the agreement that he was going to stay home for a while.
Well, no, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
It's not like he came down and refused to work, but it's like he came down with the intention of not working. Okay. How long were you guys talking before he moved down?
December. So I went up to visit him for the first time in...
red flags just keep popping up, dude. I'm sorry. That's not to be insulting to you. Like, legitimately, there are concerns Okay.
I know. I've heard it all. Trust me.
I'm sure.
Because there was definitely a big to-do when I went up to visit him for the first time. And there was a lot of pushback from my family in regards to me driving up to Indiana to meet a stranger. But
he is confirmed single, right?
yes.
Okay. Well, we should obviously get into the finances a bit, but this is certainly, obviously, dramatically affecting it because medical, you take care of food, you take care of everything, you're taking care of rent, but you're even just the roof over the head is 48% of your net. So, wow.
And going into that rent, the base rent, like when you look up what's the rent for this apartment, is $1,050.
Mm-hmm.
It's the utilities. It's the
you may have gone to top floor, bottom floor,
middle.
Well, which one's the most expensive? I forgot. Either top
Bottom.
or bottom. Is it? Okay.
Yeah, because that was the other option that they gave me.
So it's just like fees and bullshit.
Because I've got like valet trash that,
Yeah.
and then like
It's an
one of my
obnoxious
dogs
thing.
is on pet rent. The other dog's doesn't have to do pet rent.
Okay. Well, self-assess. Where do you think your finances are? 0 to 10. 0 being the absolute worst, 10 being the absolute best.
I definitely don't think they're the worst. Because I could be, saddled with like student loans and things like that. It could be a lot worse. But I know, especially with the way I feel about my finances, that it's not great.
Do you have a number by chance? You think you're middle of the road? Okay. If you want your Hammer financial score, it is free. Link in the description below. Also, give our guest Leah, some. They all use fake names, but it reads like Leah to me. Some love for being on it. Give them some love because they're brave enough for being on the show. And if you want to be on the show and have a fake name as well, and you have interesting story, interesting finances, apply. CalebHammer.com/apply. All right, ma'am. Well, you date a large numbered individual, so you have large numbered debts as well. Okay.
The debts were there before he got here, unfortunately.
Okay, well then discover it. Let me say what the debt is, and then I want to hear what the behind it.
Gladly.
Discover it. Is this your first credit card? It's a lot of people's first credit card. Okay. Discover it at $8,353.29 with a minimum monthly payment of $203, which is insane for your situation, to be clear. Insane for your situation. Why are you purchasing on it? Well, probably because half your money goes to rent, so you need to spend... I don't know how you're living, actually, to be clear. Oh, and you give yourself a 5. Great. $182 in interest is accruing. You made the minimum monthly payment, but it doesn't matter. You went and purchased $510.02. So whatever progress we were making, if any, which we barely were with the interest and everything, because the interest is only $3 less than your payment. Medical City.
That was
Medical City. 4 medical cities, $4. Vending machines?
parking.
What are you doing? Oh, it was 4 days in a row. Well, he was in the hospital?
That's just on that card. I was there every day.
Is this while he was in the hospital? Oh, okay.
I am eternally frustrated with how much money I had to spend to go up there and see him. Not his fault, but just the fact that the medical system is charging $4 a night for families that are there visiting their loved ones.
Yeah, I get that.
And just a side note, they also charge their employees, I don't know if it's the same amount, but charge their employees to park to go to work.
Oh, are we sure that the hospital, 1, is it a public hospital? 2, is the parking lot owned by the city? Because again, it gets really complicated when it comes to city stuff because parking takes up so much space that can be utilized to other things that free parking everywhere would be essentially subsidized by the taxpayers and not utilizing it for profit-making motives, because all the parking that's used in cities could be profit and tax-generating things like restaurants and things.
Yeah.
So charging money for parking, as much as we all hate it, it being free would essentially be subsidized parking being paid for on behalf of taxpayers instead of the individuals who are using car storage in public spaces, essentially. Yeah. But at a hospital, I definitely get it. I definitely get. Luckily, it's only $4. $4 for a night isn't horrendous.
No.
But it is annoying. I get it, especially in a life or death situation. That's where we obviously wouldn't want it. I would think more that it would be waived, validated. I'm surprised it's not validated. Mm-mm. Okay, that sucks. Microsoft Store, $18.
That would be for his Xbox. The Xbox.
Why is there on a credit card that we can't pay off that's only accruing interest?
Because otherwise it would be going on the debit card, which...
Or otherwise don't get it. What? What are you talking about? We don't have to get it if we can't afford to live. You can afford to live. What do you mean? What Xbox? The subscription is Game Pass?
Yes.
Game Pass. He can't afford to live. Buddy refused to work for months while he was down here. Sonic Drive-In? DoorDash? Chubby? Or DoorDash and whatever that is?
The restaurant.
No, I assume from DoorDash. Okay. Another Microsoft Xbox bill, $8.16. Oh, we don't even know. But it's going on our card and it's just continuing to go up. CVS Pharmacy, $206. What happened there?
That one would be after he got out of the hospital. That would be his medications that he got put on post-hospital.
Yeah. We need to get him on some kind of health insurance like now. You can't be turned away for pre-existing medical conditions at this point. So he should get on. You need to go to just the exchanges, and since he's not married or anything. And then, dude, I really think he could be on something where it's like $0 a month. It'll affect his tax base.
Now they're trying to get him on Medicare to help erase the ridiculous amount of medical bills that occurred from the month in the hospital. He
was in for a whole month. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they've already, one of his ER visits, they've taken care of with their, I don't know what to call it, but their, I can't think of what it's called.
Okay. That's okay. But I don't like the Sonic and the DoorDash and the Microsoft Store. And then the other Xbox. So there's two Xbox things. Because we're sitting at a 26.24% interest rate.